Lauren Betts to tip it off against Alexis Markowski. Betts, one of the best in the nation, taking on Nebraska for the first time as a member of a UCLA Bruin. This UCLA team, they're coming off a big win against Creighton, a blowout victory. Their one win in conference was against Washington, a team they were out-rebounded, and a steal out of the gates. Nebraska looking to push. A triple try for Logan Nisley.
Go down, make a three.
This UCLA team, they are 20th in the nation in scoring offense, averaging 83 points per game. But Nebraska is on a current 3-game winning streak against the Bruins. They look to go inside, deflected and almost in. Lauren Betts gobbles up the rebounds as Kiki Rice looks to push, scores, and goes the length of the floor. Now just 7 points away from 1,000 is stripped. Rice all alone the other way. And scoots in for two. Probably something to do with that offensive foul that Arnesalo was called on. About 2.5 minutes into this first period off the side of the backboard. Great shot contest and rebound for Kiki Rice. Graham, she has been so active. One-on-one against Prince. Finishes! After lane violation gives Kiki Rice another opportunity, and she makes good this time. But 297, that is a program best. One went away as Cori close from 300. A lot of emphasis in practice when we were listening to her talk to her players was on rebounding, offensive rebounding, and not switching as much as maybe normally they would do, as coming in and scoring. Nebraska, London Jones off a screen. That's what she does. She's a three-point shooter. She's got a sweet touch, and coming in off the bench, puts down a 2. Lauren Betts, what a matchup that's going to be. 6'7". Tallest player on Nebraska is 6'3", Markowski, and she is out of the game right now. That's not something you see all the time.
It's rare, but you look at their squad, they've got a bunch of players staying home from Nebraska and putting in work.
They front the post, and a beautiful... Lauren Betts averaging 20 points and 10 rebounds per game. Number 1 recruit of the class of 2022 coming out of high school with Barker. As free throws here for Allison Widener. She called this a revenge game.
Is always talking. She really energizes her teammates, so she is definitely hungry.
Arnesalo will bring it up the floor, uses a screen from Dudley. Freshman, so hyped coming out of high school. Draws a crowd out to London Jones. Inside out, the hesitation dribble to Gardner, who loves to shoot the three. She'll inbound. She's one of 3 players on the roster for Nebraska from Nebraska. Great look. Arnesalo will find Dudley in for Gardner. Likes to shoot the 3, but she can mix it up inside. Kept alive, going over the top and scoring. UCLA up by 5, penetrating. And a beautiful step through for Colin Hake, Jr. from Minnesota.
Hake got Rice to bite bad on that pump fake.
Back into the post they go, and a jump ball.
Really good last-ditch defense by the Cornhuskers.
Barker will swing it. Hawkes loads up a 3. Her 8th triple of the season. And UCLA enjoying a 6-point edge with about a minute to play, approaching the 1-minute mark, and a late call.
Either way, you'd rather put the contest up there than give up a free reverse layup.
Nebraska's one win in conference, that came against Minnesota at home, 84-65. And it was the Huskers from three-point range, dominating in that one, making 12 three-pointers. A triple team on Lauren Betts.
They know, the Bruins know they'd like to kick it out for a 3. They had open players around. Always going to be erased. That time Betts gets enough contact to get to the line, but they'd like to see her dish that.
Hawkes in the right place. Can't put the bunny in. The follow is good for Lauren Betts, Jr., transfer from Stanford. Leads the team in block shots, and she was on ESPN SportsCenter a few weeks ago and said that she knew this team was really good. Number one in the nation good, even before the win against then number one South Carolina on this floor. It's a 3 for Hake. Shot clock is dark, so if UCLA wants, they can wait to take the last shot of the first quarter as London Jones will check in if there is a stoppage of play. And after Gardner's miss, Lauren Betts connects on both. Missed the last 2 games with a minor injury to her knee, which she suffered in a lopsided win earlier this month against Long Beach State. A jump ball, London Jones.
All hands on deck around the arc. Watch out for screens.
We got Nebraska inbounding. My apologies. That's Prince off the screen before the horn, and she floats it in. Count it. Yes, it was before the horn sounded. And being a better defender and also working on scoring better through contact. That was something her head coach and Amy Williams mentioned after a recent win against Chattanooga. Getting Markowski to finish inside when there is an extra level of physicality. And 3 in the lane. 14 of the first 21 points for UCLA scored by the combined efforts of Kiki Rice. She's got 7. Lauren Betts has 7. London Jones, the pull-up in transition. Puts it in over Britt Prince. Her assignment in Logan Nisley, who got the start. Big Ten all-freshman team last year. Lauren Betts off for Jaquez on the penetration. This zone defense is something that Nebraska calls it a token part of their play. Another one dancing on the iron for Betts and won't get the friendly roll. As Jones tries to stop London Nisley on the drive. Jaquez defending and fouling.
That are coming to her and find her teammates on the outside.
But where they do their best work is from the land of 3 on the afternoon. Barker now 1 for 4 in the game as Rimdahl, the senior from Denmark, kicks it out for an open Prince. Both of these teams, these prestigious, proud women's basketball programs, they are factories for professional women's basketball players in the future. Dugalich zips it inside, high-low. Prince off for Widener. Gardner on her, checking. Markowski against Dugalich, and a swift, slick, and sly move. This is Barker, who is guarded by Beauchamp. Fascinating matchup between those two. On the cut is Rice. Draws a crowd, dodges defenders. And that's 1,000 points on her UCLA career for Kiki Rice. 9 in the game.
And what a way to do it with the Euro step to the left-hand lay.
Beauchamp tries a deep one. And it's Barker up for Dugalich. They have numbers and a hook and a foul underneath.
You know that you're going to get called for the foul, but just doing anything to stop an imminent bucket from UCLA there.
UCLA leads by 1. They have gone just 2 of their last 10 shots from the floor. Rice, a team-high 9 points, looks for Dugalich. Dugalich is in along with Betts. Lauren Betts, her 3rd basket, the team's 12th. A mismatch here for Prince, defended by Betts. Unleashes a 3. And looking to push. Jaquez, dump down. Betts fouled.
Breaks are so subtle that she gets her defenders in the air, and she gets fouled a lot. She's got to be big time from the free throw line.
Bruins have struggled from 3-point range. That's a story to keep in mind. They're 1 of 9 with the edge in points in the paint, 18-8 against the Cornhuskers. A steal with the pressure. Kiki Rice hangs and scores as Prince was tracking her down. London Jones cutting off the driver Widener baseline. The ball comes free, and UCLA forces turnover number 10 on the Cornhuskers. Both teams with 10 turnovers, and it's an 8-0 run as the Bruins have made their last 4 field goal attempts. Inside, Dugalich, the sweet feet. and are currently riding a 10-0 run, 12-2 run, as Nebraska has more trouble trying to get their offense in position as Kiki Rice turns it over, forces one. It's turnover number 11 to give away. London Jones drives past Nisley and is fouled.
That's why you're seeing this Bruins defense elevate to a whole nother level right now.
Well, let's talk about those passion plays. So we asked Cori Close, and you see her right there, the Bruin head coach, what exactly that means. And it's the non-statistical categories. It's the out-of-area rebounds. It's deflection. Markowski, if you're just joining us, is on the bench with 3 personals and a sweet move, the up and under, who's scoreless despite her 4 assists. Lost it is Lauren Betts.
Great read by the Cornhuskers defense there. They saw Betts was going to put the ball on the ground. They jump right there to force the turnover.
Jillian Barker set to check in, and for Nebraska set to check in would be Callan Hake. 14 to shoot. On the switch, it's Dugalich trying to stay in front of Prince, who will get it back after the driving move from Widener. London Jones, aggressive defense. The ball fake, open, mid-range. Got the sweet roll. Allison Widener, scoreless in 2 of her last 3 games. Was scoreless against Georgia Tech, and that loss is what put Nebraska outside the top 25 in the poll for the first time this season. Last shot here in the quarter and the half. Dugalich is off target. On how much we're going to see of Markowski and how much she can stay in the game with the foul trouble.
Brian, the winner of this game is going to be the most disciplined team. Can these teams, neither team shot well from beyond the arc. Can they clean that up? Can they clean up the turnovers? Can they be more precise and not foul? Whoever does that will be the winner today.
Price handles. Offer Nisley, the sophomore from Bismarck, North Dakota. Markowski falling away, looked uncomfortable with that shot, and she is now 1 for 5 from the floor. She is 6'3", Lauren Betts is 6'5", so there is a clear height advantage favoring Betts, the junior. Backdoor cut from Jaquez. She gets thrown to the deck. And then London Jones. The Bruins are out-rebounding the Cornhuskers 21-10. 7 more points off turnovers as well. Another post touch for Markowski, the deflection. Out for Nisley. She's hit a 3 in this game. That one won't go. And a battle for it between Markowski and Dugalich. Angela Dugalich, who turns 23 today.
On so many teams, she would be the biggest player, but thanks to Betts and the front court depth that the Bruins have, she can be a stretch 4 and really show off her shooting and passing.
Betts looking for the post up. Markowski stays glued to her. Kiki Rice handles. 13 points for Kiki Rice. Barker playing some tight defense. Good denial on the cut. And it's Jaquez influencing to Betts. Back to Jaquez. Kiki Rice running over her defender. Kiki Rice is just taking it into the teeth of that Cornhuskers defense and gets the bucket for a +1.
She's just playing her own game right now, just on a different level from everybody else, and something that you don't expect, but you will see a lot. I love the conversations that Barker and Close have with each other. They're always on the same wavelength.
It's Prince trying to get on the same wavelength with her teammate on the inbound. London Jones, a 3! London Jones, a big one.
They will still continue to feed Markowski, and she'll still have the confidence to shoot it.
Hake leads the team with now 9 points. Widener is out there as well. Kiki Rice picked up by the aforementioned Widener. Jones on the drive. Lost it looking for a teammate.
Still doing their offense like they expect to.
Jaquez, tight defense against Prince. Angling into the lane is Hake. And stolen on the entry pass. Kiki Rice.
College career, it's just so exciting to see what she'll do.
Post touch and a double coming on Markowski. Slithers away from it, but she looked uncomfortable. Dugalich registers her 5th rebound. That's 26 rebounds for UCLA. That is 15 more than the Cornhuskers have. 2-on-1. And Dugalich will foul. is their foul shooting. 5 of 9. 2 games this year. Got her first career start in that win against Chattanooga. Averaged about 14 points per game. Only played about 5 games. Tore her ACL. She is here supporting the team, and she is badly missed, but her spirit certainly influencing her teammates out on the floor as Lauren Betts pivots and puts up a slick finish.
Nebraska had a double team coming. They sent it away. Bad move. Betts wins.
A mismatch as Gardner tries to stay in front of Hake, getting the offensive rebound, and Arnsalo fouls.
Called it out, Brian. There was a mismatch. When there's a mismatch one place, there's a multiple, and Bruins need to be careful when they switch.
Kendall Coley can't make the free throw there to close out the 2 shots, and it's 49-34. UCLA with 5 team fouls to just 1 from Nebraska. Arnsalo drives in on Hargrove. Bojan on a dribble handoff for the driving Hake. Coming in for some help defense and support and UCLA has had the lead for just over 22 minutes compared to 2 minutes 12 seconds when Nebraska has been in front in this contest. They scored the first basket in the game, and they haven't spent a lot of time in front since. Betts, no. Gardner, yes. And Gardner is familiar with this Nebraska team. She played for Oregon State last year. Oregon State in the second round of the NCAA tournament beat Nebraska.
After Janiyah Barker, her Texas A&M team that she transferred from, they lost to Nebraska, so maybe Gardner and Barker exchanging notes a little bit on this squad.
With Nebraska in the bonus, it's going to be free throws for Petra.
From beyond the arc.
Angela Dugalich, who also has 4 assists. Jaquez gets the post feed.
Go to the free throw line, but just incredible stamina from Jaquez there.
Jaquez had a season-high 17, has scored 100 points. They beat Long Beach State 102-51. She had a minor ankle sprain. Height of the 6'7" Lauren Betts. Takes a 3, her 3rd try from long range. Barker trying to run down the rebound, and a foul. Inbounding will be Gardner. Dudley off of Barker's screen. Dribble handoff to Rice, who has 18 points and is 8 of 8 from the floor. An air ball for Gardner. Lauren Betts took a shot to the face.
Gets your eyes watering for a moment, but back to the free throw line, all good.
And Markowski just picked up her 4th. She wanted to come here, and so far things have not gone her way. Got her first offer in 7th grade by Georgia Tech. She was 12 years old then, and she was already 6 feet tall. 6'4" now, playing like 6'8". Transfer from Texas A&M as Kiki Rice picks up Prince, who is controlling and running the offense. Gardner trying to stay in front of the driving Hargrove.
There will be a lot of traveling for all these squads. It'll be very interesting to see how coaches and players react.
The seal on the post feed and the miss, and Barker off the offensive rebound. Love this story. Grew up in Panama City, Florida. There was a hoop, driveway pavement, working on the footwork to the opposition. Playing tight defense, boxing out. A cut wide open underneath.
So many times the Bruins, they're just switching constantly moving around. And so when the pass comes, it's actually Nebraska there on their flat feet while the Bruins are moving towards it. That's why we've seen so many deflections.
I beg your pardon. That turnover is on Petrie. So Petrie has a different number in this game compared to what we have on the roster. I beg your pardon for that. So she is handling up against Lauren Betts. Again, if you're just joining us, Alexis Markowski, Nebraska's leading scorer on the season. 2 points, 4 fouls. Not in the game because of the foul trouble. From Rice, it's Barker going back to the line.
Shooting free throws before, during, and after practice. So this is exactly what Coach Close loved.
And that was in their first conference game. They ended up winning it against Washington. Arnsalo comes back into the game. But Tasha Brown, when we talked to her yesterday, one of the assistants at practice yesterday, really trying to focus on the rebounding and being better at that. especially considering the one time they got out rebounded, and that was a wake-up call.
Especially with Markowski on the bench. Kenton looks they like down low, and they'll hope to close this lead and bring back Markowski for the fourth and keep this one close.
It's the first week this season that Nebraska has been outside the top 25 in the AP poll, sitting just outside of 26. Dugalich! Nebraska has been ranked as high as 21 in the nation this season, but 2 of their 12 games coming in as Prince pulls up and knocks down a mid-range shot. 2 of their 12 games this season have been against Power 4 teams. Everything else has been Big East or mid-major. Arinsalo coughs up the basketball to Petrie. Seconds to go to close out the third. The heave, well short.
After Christmas off from work, Betts is clocking in like it's the new year.
She had missed the last 2 games with a minor injury to her knee. Markowski making her earn these free throws. Oh,
ooh. Yeah, I think just the contact from behind, communication from Barker and Coach Close. She looks over to Coach Close and it's like, can I be mad at this foul call or not this one?
Dump down in for Dugalich, her first 2-pointer. Has 4 assists. Britt Prince, guarded by Dudley. 3 of 9 from the floor is Prince. Uses a Markowski screen, looking for the pick and pop game. The turnaround.
Right there, I think the Bruins were expecting her to go more down low, and she just makes a nice turnaround midi.
London Jones knifing her way and
leads her with momentum into that fadeaway shot.
Bruins have led for about 29 minutes of this game. They have led all of the second highest scoring on the team. 19 for Lauren Betts. London Jones has 11. You saw her at the free throw line. She's got 11. 3 Bruins in double figure scoring. And over Lauren Betts, Amaya Hargrove. That is not an easy thing to do.
No fear, just got a piece of it, Betts did, but still went in.
Gardner the feed from Betts. Off the basket cut and a block at the summit. A denial as Kiki Rice slaloms into the front court. Gardner, entry pass, Betts goes to work.
Saw her working down low. We know she can shoot it great, but she's been getting a lot tougher down low.
Scoring drought for Nebraska the last 2 minutes and 43 seconds. Amaya Hargrove leads the team in scoring for Nebraska with 12. The pull-up from Bojan is off. She's been playing with 4 fouls. So foul trouble has marred this Nebraska team. Bojan with 4, Markowski with 4. Testing the depth that the Cornhuskers have. And into the bonus. Gardner off the curl screen from Dugalich. Well executed off the inbounds play.
This Bruins team is so dangerous because all these players that have great strengths like Gardner, her shooting is so good. They're trying to expand what they can do, but yeah, she'll still shoot the lights out.
A shot contest and a rejection from Dugalich off of a Petrie attempt. Thought about taking the 3.
Oh, the whole Bruin bench wanted the birthday girl to shoot that 3.
On a post-up, it's Gardner falling away over Petrie. This is a family. Both teams really embodying that family culture. As Haig looks to get it in for Bojan. Keeps the ball high and then puts it up over London Jones. Dudley in, freshman, to a junior in Jaquez. Sliding and scoring underneath. Optimal mismatch inside, and it's Dugalich with her 3rd field goal in the game. Dugalich hounding the driver. And Hake nowhere to go, and on a kick out for Rimdahl. She will take it to the hole. They had leads. Now, they didn't last long, but they were leading.
They grabbed the first lead of the game with an opening 3-pointer, and overall the Bruins just did not look like they were getting into their sets on offense, but they were able to calm down and get to the basketball that we've been seeing them playing these first few months of the season, and it's been a joy to watch them when they are firing.
That was Rimdahl at the line going 1 of 2. Gabs Jaquez strides. Lauren Betts leads all scorers. She has 21, and she is sitting on the bench as Jaquez looks to push. Forward pass for Gardner, fouled as she was undercut.
The Bruins in this second half, it speaks to the way that they have been getting very physical. And
as Gardner, Nebraska is 3 of 17 from three-point range. This is unbecoming of them as they look for number 4, and that is not going to go. 18 tries and only 3 makes from long range as Bojan misses that last attempt. Gardner a try. She answers.
Gardner's ears were ringing. She said, "Oh, y'all talking about three-pointers? I'll show you a three-pointer."
7-0 run. Mini 7-0 run for UCLA. Foul inside off the shot. Plus 35. Plus 35 in the plus-minus category, Gab Sanchez. Same can be said for Kiki Rice. Until the half. And UCLA outscored Nebraska 31-13 in the third quarter. You like, if you're a Bruin fan, the score. But if you're Coach Close and the perfectionist she is, she's going to go to those turnovers and say, why are we having that many?
It's a reason why, even though she didn't start, Jones has been getting more play than Arnesalo.
Coming off the bench, London Jones, double figures in points. We'll get the offense going. On the drive, Dugalich with 3 to shoot. Hits the mid-range J. Dugalich with 9. Facing up and on a spot up, that's Kendall Coley. And the Bruins can just dribble this thing out. Head coach Cori Close, when talking to her yesterday, said that her team right now isn't Final Four caliber, but they're close, and they're working towards that. This was a statement win, 91-54, and by coming up with this victory, it is win number 300 as the head coach of UCLA.